Yo, it's your boy Matt Dope, and I wanted to make this quick little video on the differences between reading on a Kindle versus a physical copy of a book and how I use each one. For those of you who want to just know the answer and get to the point, reading on a Kindle is much more portable and convenient, while physical books are still very real and authentic that just has this nostalgic feeling you can never get rid of, but they don't have the portability and features. I use a Kindle for these self-help books when I want to learn something and see myself highlighting notes to refer back to. And physical books for me are going to be the fantasy fiction stories where I simply just want to immerse myself in another world. And these books right here that I have in front of me are not really the fantasy fiction stories and books that I'm talking about. These are self-help books, but I got all of these for free, okay? All right, now that that's out of the way, if you haven't already, please clap that like button and tap that subscribe button for more lifestyle and self-development content. I talked about reading more in my last video on 2021 goals, and I usually switch between reading my Kindle and reading a physical copy of a book. Some people have asked me what I prefer, and to them I say both. Because for me, ultimately, it depends on what I'm reading. You know, there are some books there where I just want to actually memorize the information and highlight sections and notes, and others where I just want to be on autopilot and not have to think about anything. Personally, I love physical books. Nothing beats the feel and smell of a hard copy book in your hand and taking in all those beautiful pages. I never really liked paperback books though. Just imagine having a decked out library of books in your home or office. You just come off as someone so intellectual. But thanks to technology, we now recognize the drawbacks of a physical book. For example, too many physical books can get pretty heavy. Just imagine if you have to move out, right? I actually did recently help my brother move out, and he had an entire duffel bag full of physical copy books. For anyone who's wondering whether they should get a Kindle or not, this is why.
Book 2, Book 3, Book 4, Book 5, Book 6, Jump Rope.
It was heavy and it took up a lot of space in the car. Not cool. Also, you can't read in the dark unless you purchase like a separate book light accessory or something. And finally, if you're like me and want to keep the pristine condition of a book, you're not going to want to mark it up with highlights and notes. I always do these for books I'm trying to learn from. So yeah, physical books are great, but they do have their limitations. Now, for a Kindle or any e-reader really, it's extremely thin, it's very small and portable, comes with a backlight to read in the dark. Digitally, you can highlight sections that you can reference back to anytime in the app, and it fits thousands of books in this one little device. Also, it serves as an audiobook, so those reasons alone are enough to get a Kindle if you're an avid book reader. But again, it just doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't feel as nice as a premium hard copy book. And also, it's not the best for reading books with a ton of photos like comic books or manga. So I recognize the pros and cons for each one, and for me, I use a Kindle whenever I'm trying to digest new information and take notes and highlight in so I can go back to it whenever I want. It's just much more convenient for me that way. But when I want to just escape into a new world and let my imagination wander, you bet I'm going to grab the physical copy and turn on Do Not Disturb on my phone. So yeah, that's it everyone. Quick little comparison between e-readers and physical copy books. Thanks for tuning in. Until the next one, bye-bye.